Can you see it clearly? Hello?
Hello?
We can't see you.
Is it clear?
We can't see your screen yet.
Oh, you can see?
Yes, we can't see your screen.
Okay. Okay, hold on, yeah.
Yes, you're on now.
No. Wait. Is it working now?
Yes, it's coming up now.
It's coming, I think. Just now I saw.
It's loading. It's
Yeah.
loading.
Yeah.
By the way, Dr. Boside, what time now at your place?
I'm in Malaysia, actually.
Oh, okay. I thought, yeah, okay.
I'm in Johor.
Oh, in Johor, eh?
Yes.
So in Africa, what time is it now?
1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, is it working now?
It disappeared again. It was loading and then now we can't see it again.
Because I can see it very clearly.
Just now I saw the slides, but then it's gone.
Okay, let me share again.
Ah. Yes, now we see.
All right, okay. As I mentioned
Okay.
before, I will talk about the undergraduate studies at USM. Yeah, this is some basic introduction that our main campus is well known by the university in a garden with a nice green landscape and greenery. Okay. I will skip on the basic information. I will straight away go to the undergraduate. Okay, as I mentioned before, basically we offer programs in the field of arts, sciences, engineering, and health sciences. And currently we have like 59 programs for undergraduate, which offers 2 intakes, September and February every year. Okay, and we offer programs, we have like 35 programs, interview-based programs. Okay, these are the programs that we offer at our main campus in Penang. Okay, this one is sciences. We have arts courses and programs. And this is at our engineering campus at the mainland. School of Mechanical Engineering, Material and Mineral Resources.
The meeting.
Aerospace and Electric and Electronic Engineering. And we have another campus in Kelantan, which offer health sciences, medical sciences, and dental sciences program.
Ms. Hani, can you please unmute yourself? We can't hear you again.
Nani cannot hear.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes.
No, okay.
Where did you miss just now? Okay, these are our top 10 popular programs in USM for undergraduate. Okay, we'll share the general requirements. Besides general requirement, we do have our special requirements for each program. The combination of programs that needed for each program. But now we'll talk about the general requirements. For academic requirement, one person need to complete 12 years of primary and high school education or diploma in the related field. Okay, as in for English requirement, minimum IELTS minimum band 5 or TOEFL IBT minimum of 42. And we also accept CAE and CPE minimum score of 154 or B1. And also PTE minimum score of 47 and also MUET minimum band 3. And for those candidates graduated from an institution whereby English is the medium of instruction, you can just provide us the letter from that institution stating that it is English medium of instruction. Okay, and also other university requirement and special requirement by each of the program. Okay, the application is only by online at our website, admissions.usm.my, and also you need to pay the processing fee of Ringgit Malaysia 100. Okay, these are the requirement, the documents required that you need to attach with your application online. Your academic official certificate, transcript, mark sheet or school report in English. But if let's say you don't receive your final marks or your official certificate, which you can send that later. Without that, you can be given the conditional offer. Once you send us the high school report, then we can convert to the full offer. And also your IELTS or TOEFL English requirement, copy of passport, processing fee, letter of scholarship if any, or your student pass. Okay, these are the process, application process. Just for your info, from the submission until the offer letter. Okay, the tuition fee varies according to programs, starting from USD 1375 per semester. And this one you can check in our website, admissions.usm.my. I will skip this. Yeah, now I open for any question and answer, and for further information, you can feel free to drop by and email to me or follow our Facebook or email us at admissions@usm.my. Okay, if there is any questions.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hani. I just want to ask if there is going to be any other presentation. Maybe we can take the presentations, then we can have all the questions come in at the end of all the presentations.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do the presentation for postgraduate. Please enable my, for me to share my screen. Doctor, can you hear me?
You can share your screen now.
Okay. All right. My name is Farah. So I'm basically in charge for the student admission for postgraduate. And I'm going to basically share what are the basic things for student or agent as you as an agent need to know about the postgraduate studies admission process. So before that, I can see few names here. I think prospective student, are they basically applying for postgraduate or undergraduate?
Both.
Both. Okay. Because we just have about less than 10 here. Okay, never mind. So this is some the things that I'm going to cover. So this is the overview, the academic requirement, the English requirement, and also the application process. And so basically what we have here, the total program for the postgraduate program in USM, where is our campus located, and also information about the intake. And basically for the total program, we have about 128 altogether. And for research mode program, we have about 123. And then we have a coursework program, 52, and also 52 for mixed program and 1 for online program. So all in all, we have about 28 postgraduate program altogether. So basically, where is our campus located? Basically, this is that I focus on postgraduate. So of course, our main campus in the Penang Island. We have one in the engineering campus, just across the bridge, about 40 minutes drive from the main campus. You can reach the Nibong Tebal area. And then we have another one for Advanced Medical and Dental Institute, also offer the postgraduate program at the mainland of Penang. And we have our health campus here in Kelantan, and the other one in Kuala Lumpur. For those who would like to apply and study in Kuala Lumpur, this is the one of the option that you have. And for the intake, basically we have two type of intake. The first one for research mode program, it is a year-round intake, so there will be no specific deadline for students to apply or register. So you can apply anytime, you can register anytime during the year. For coursework mixed mode, since this is a structured program, so definitely we're going to have two intake. The first one is September, the second one is February. But for this year, due to the pandemic issue, so we have decided to extend the semester. The intake will be in October. And then this is our academic requirement. So for those who would like to enroll to master degree program, definitely you need to have a bachelor degree beforehand. So we have come up with this GPA range for you to look into. For example, if you would like to apply for the program, master degree program, either research coursework, mixed mode or online, you can use this GPA basis. The minimum requirement is 0.75/4. But we know sometimes some countries, they do have varies of, what do you call that, the use of a qualification basis. Some use percentage, some use the alphabet, some use even CGPA over 5/9/20. So it is varies. So never mind. What we can do is we will how to say, we will, I forgot the word. Will evaluate that, and
Evaluate.
yeah, we will convert it to over 4 CGPA. So we will make it equivalent. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, and then if, let's say, if the candidate did not meet the minimum requirement, we do also allow, or we do consider their admission with some consideration, meaning that they need to have additional information or additional requirement. For example, for those who falls under this category 2.5 until 2.74, they need to have at least 1 year of minimum, 1 year of working experience or research experience. Or they can have also academic publication, or they can also have any grade B, minimum grade B for major or elective courses, or grade B plus for the final year project. Same goes to those who are having this CGPA between 2 and 2.9. We can consider that, and they need to have the requirement as listed here. But please note that for those who falls under this category, they need to have bachelor degree with honors. For the other two, you can just, the normal bachelor degree also acceptable. Okay, and then if you are applying for a Doctor of Philosophy or doctorate program, we have 3 type of qualification that we use. The first one is master degree by coursework and mixed mode. Definitely you're going to have the CGPA basis. So the minimum will be 3.0. So we will consider it as a straight, how to say straight, not straight quite, it's a clear-cut basis. So we can consider you right away. But for those who are having between this range, 2.5 until 2.99, the additional requirement is required as stated here. And the second option is a master degree by research. Of course, if you are graduated with this qualification, you're going to have either pass or fail qualification. So definitely once you pass, we can consider you straight away, no problem. And the other one is bachelor degree. You can do a fast track to PhD program. This is a very special track for admission for the student. If you are having this CGPA 3.67 or first class degree holder students, you can apply for a PhD straight away. So with additional requirement like interview by the schools, this is the normal process. So you can be considered. It shouldn't be a problem. We have precedent for this already. So many students enroll into our PhD program by using their bachelor degree. And this is the English requirement. So basically this is the general requirement, but some of the faculty or school, they do not apply this requirement. So for those who are, what do you call, do not want to look into this requirement, yes, you can do so, no problem. So, but as far as I understand, and even the regulation has been said that those who are coming, especially from Nigeria, we understand that you are using English as your official language. So you can be accepted, exempted from this requirement. But please note, for some program, you still require to fulfill this English requirement, because although English is your national language, you still, well, if you're doing a linguistic course or you're doing English for professional, definitely you need to prove that you are competent in that language. Okay. And then this is the application process. We have two types of the process. The first one here is the coursework, mixed word and online program. This is a structured program. So what you can do is, the process is, the first one, you need to know what are the program that you would like to apply. And then of course you can apply online. You don't have to submit the application via hard copy document. We won't accept that. So you have to submit everything online, and then after you fill up all the information on the system, you can upload your documentation. After that, pay the processing fee and submit the application. Of course, after you submit the application, there will be a waiting period for you to wait for the result. And if you are being accepted or being offered for the admission, congratulations, of course, you can print the offer letter after that. And straight away you can apply for the visa approval in order for you to process for the what you call your traveling arrangement after that. So once you receive the visa approval, you can come and register. But I would like to highlight something here. Since this COVID-19 issue, Malaysian government has yet to open our door for international students to come in. So for this October intake, we are going to have everything online. In order for you to register online, you can apply for the approval letter, but not the eval. You're going to apply for EMGS approval letter only. By using that approval letter, you can be allowed to register online and continue your studies until end of this year, because the university have decided that the online program will be conducted until end of this year. Then next year, let's see how. Until further notice, we will announce to everyone that you can come to Malaysia to pursue your studies as on a normal basis. So that one will be informed from time to time to the students. And this is basically the application process for research mode program. So as compared to the mixed mode coursework and the online mode program, so the difference will be here, because for research mode program, you are advised to search for the potential supervisor first before you submit your application, because this is to ensure that you can be guaranteed your admission. I can say that because the first thing is, the best is for you to find your potential supervisor, because if not, the waiting period will be much longer because we have to find the suitable supervisor for you. Because once we receive your application, we have to submit to the school, then the school will look around here and there to find the most suitable supervisor for you based on the field or research field that you would like to work with. So in order to cut short the process, you are advised to find the potential supervisor from the portal of our expertise. Try to communicate with them, submit your research proposal, submit your CV. So they will evaluate your proposal. If they're interested to work with you for your research work, then you can nominate their name in your application. And it will help a lot in making sure your application can be processed much more faster. So the same process applied, meaning that after you apply online, you upload your documentation, submit your application, wait for the result, and then if you're being offered, print the offer letter, apply for the eval, and then come to register. And then, that's all. So that's all from me then. All right, so we will open for Q&A session after this. So perhaps I'm going to have quite a few, I'm going to have more questions regarding the admission for postgraduate. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for enlightening us. We'll just go straight to the question. I'll be sharing my screen in a moment.
I think Miss Fazila is here. Perhaps she can enlighten
Oh,
us regarding the visa
okay.
application.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Let's have.
maybe Madam Fazila can share something about visa application.
Okay.
Can you hear me? It's like
Yes.
I want to share my slide presentation. It means like I can't able to do that.
Just a minute. We'll be able to share now. You can share your screen now.
Sorry, we kena log out daripada satu lagi phone ke laptop tu sebab dia
Ms. Fazila, you can share your screen now. And you can unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Okay, you're showing up in two places, so I don't know the one you're using. Are you able to share your screen now? Please share your screen now. We can't hear you. Your audio is not coming through. Your audio is not coming through, Ms. Bazila. Okay. Maybe while you sort that out, maybe we can go on to the question and answer then. When you are able to get the audio across, then we can take your presentation. Can you hear me? Okay, why don't you, I'll just, okay, I think your audio is coming up now. I can just see you talking, but it's not coming through. Maybe I'll just put you out, then you can come back in. Okay. Okay. Can you speak now? Please unmute yourself. Unmute your mic. We still can't hear you. Okay. I think I'll just go on to the question and answer then. Then maybe we can come back later to the visa issues. I want to share my screen so we can take the questions. Okay. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay. So we just go on to take the question and answer. So there is this question from someone: how many annual intakes does USM have? When are they? And if I get admission now, when can I resume? Can I defer my resumption until next year? That's like a 4-in-1. So.
Yeah, as mentioned in my slide, I already mentioned that we have, especially for postgraduate, we have 2 intake. If it's a structured mode, the coursework is mode and online. But for research, it is year round, so there will be no specific intake. So anyone can, student can easily register at any time they want, as long as the offer letter is still valid. Okay, and if they get an admission now, for research anytime. So for coursework and mixed mode, according to the semester, as stated on the offer letter. If what can I defer my resumption until next year? Yeah, basically for research mode, the offer letter is valid for 1 year. It shouldn't be any problem. Even for coursework and mixed mode, if the student would like to enroll for next year, it can be done. Just request to us. We will issue a specific offer letter for next year, depending on the semester, which semester they want to enroll. So basically, the one is for postgraduate. For undergraduate, I'll pass to Ms. Hani to answer that.
Okay, thanks, Ms. Farah. Okay, as I explained earlier, we have like 2 intakes per year. The main intake is in September, as for this year in October, and the second intake is in February. Okay, but the program offered in February is very limited, and we will update on the availability of the programs in February. Okay. get admission now, we can resume. The next date would be in October. And the application deadline, we have extended 30th June to 30th July. So we have like more or less like 1 month from now. Okay, can I defer until next year? Yes. If say you get the offer letter, let's say you go to next, you have to write to us official letter, and we will send the new offer for the intake. Okay, is that clear?
I think that's clear.
Okay.
And then the next question, what are my chances of getting the 2-semester tuition waiver scholarship? Are there any hidden criteria, any conditions that is not stated, I mean, clearly, or what's the point of access? When will I get the scholarship?
Yeah, this one I pass to the postgraduate studies, as we do not offer any scholarship for the undergraduate programs. So Madam Farah, over to you.
Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please.
Just now, I cannot unmute myself. So basically, I have with me here, hold on, let me check. Okay. Can you unmute Dr. T. Guan Singh? He is our Deputy Dean for IPS. Basically, this scholarship arrangement is under his what you call responsibility.
Okay.
He will share regarding this the scholarship tuition fee waiver. Can you help to unmute Dr. T?
Yeah, he's already unmuted.
No, not me. Dr. T. Guan Singh. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. What are my chances of getting the 2-semester tuitions waiver scholarships? We don't have any hidden criteria. Okay. So and clearly stated in our websites all the criteria. As long as you fulfill the criteria, and we will consider that, and it is only for PhD candidates, okay, international students, international candidates for PhD. The condition says you have to fulfill 2 conditions. For PhD candidate, you must have publications. Okay, these publications probably it has to be in ISI, Scopus, or ERA. Okay, and the other one, you have to find your potential supervisors which has a research grant for your studies. Okay, point of access, you can apply it through our website. This is all online applications. Okay.
Okay, if I may add to that, when you say you have to find a supervisor with a grant, I'm wondering how someone who is maybe in a different country is likely to know a supervisor that has a grant. How does that work? Can you explain a bit on how that works? Hello, Dr. Sam? I can't hear you again. Hello? Can you please? Dr. Sen, you're muted.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, the students can email the potential supervisor and ask them about this. And the potential student has to contact the potential supervisor too. Okay, see what kind of projects can be done, what kind of study can be done, and any any support for the research. And from there, the candidates can ask the supervisor, is there any grants with him or her? Then from there, the candidates will know whether the supervisor has grant or not.
Okay. I guess then that's another question there. What scholarship options are there for master students? Any?
Okay. Can I share my slides? I just had a simple preparations for. Okay, can I?
Okay. Yeah, I'll just a minute so I can enable you. Can't find you now. Still looking for you. Okay. Okay, you can share now.
Okay, can you see the slides? Can you see my screens?
Yes.
Okay, we have a few financial support from our university for postgraduate students. Okay, we have about 5. Okay, we have Vice Chancellor Awards, USM's Global Fellowships, twice USM Postgraduate Fellowship, USM Fellowships, and Graduate Assistants. As for Vice Chancellor's Awards, we will cover your tuition fees, thesis examinations fees, and we will give you monthly allowance, Malaysian ringgit 3,000, and the maximum period of funding is 36 months. Whereas for USM Global Fellowship, tuition fees, examination fees, we cover, okay, monthly allowance, Malaysian ringgit 3,000 ringgit, and we also will provide you a return economy flights tickets, settling down fee, settling down allowance, books or equipment allowance, computer allowance. Okay, the maximum periods of funding is 36 months. We have twice USM postgraduate fellowships, tuition fees, examination fees as charged, and the monthly allowance range from 2,100 ringgit to 2,500 ringgit. It is only applicable for PhD candidates. Maximum fundings 36 months. USM fellowships is applicable for PhD and master students. Tuition fees, examination fees as charged. Okay, the range is in the range of 2,100 to 2,500 ringgit Malaysian for PhD candidates, whereas for master candidates 1,500 to 1,800. Maximum periods for PhD candidate is 36 months, whereas 24 months for master candidates. Okay, we have another ones, graduate assistance scheme. We don't cover tuition fees and thesis examination fees, and we only provide them monthly allowance, which is 1,100 ringgit for PhD candidates and 900 ringgit for master's candidates. Maximum fundings maximum periods of fundings, okay, for PhD 36 months, masters 24 months. And we have the most recent one, Grad Assist 2020. This is the one probably you mentioned about to waive tuition fees for 2 semesters. Okay, we have special funding too, but this is only applicable for registered students. Then they can apply conference funds where they can. This is for those students who would like to participate in conference. Okay, and they can also apply for a postgraduate research attachment funds. The funding is in the range of 3,000 ringgit Malaysian to 4,000 ringgit Malaysian. This is only for attachments. Okay, that's all from me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sure that will gladden the heart of many of our participants. I'll just go on to the questions that are being raised right now, so that we address the issues with those who are in the program. What are the prospects of getting research funding or scholarship or PhD in pharmaceutical sciences? maybe the first question should have been, does USM offer pharmaceutical sciences? And if yes, does this scholarship, does it cover them as well?
Can you repeat the questions? I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, someone is asking about pharmaceutical sciences.
Okay.
Does UTM offer pharmaceutical sciences? And if yes, will this scholarship also apply to them?
Yeah, any registered students or those students who have USM offer letters, they are eligible to apply.
Okay.
Okay, only for those last two special funding I mentioned, it is only applicable for those registered students.
Okay. And then someone asked, can someone with masters in architecture apply for PhD in construction project management?
Okay, maybe you have to unmute Miss Madam Farah to answer these questions.
Okay, you're muted.
It's quite difficult to unmute and mute myself. Okay, never mind. Yeah, basically for the first question just now regarding the pharmaceutical sciences, yeah, we do offer that. We have thousands of research field or sub-field that the student can look into. So just browse to the website and look at the research field available. And for the question, student graduating from architecture and they would like to apply for project management, yeah, it is possible within the same area under the same school in USM. So the student will need to have a strong research proposal in project management, although the background is from architecture. So he need to basically show the credibility or the strong foundation in conducting the research in project management. It shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question. Let's see here. I'm 16 years old. Can I apply for the bachelor's program?
I think Miss Hani already replied in the chat box. There's someone asking regarding this. So you can unmute Miss Hani.
Okay, Miss Hani, trying to find you. Okay. Miss Hani, you're muted.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've written there to one of the candidate. We rarely actually receive application from those at 16 years old. But I did mention that he can share the certificate, the West African Examination Council, which prove that he has graduated from the high school. So maybe we can communicate, or he can email me the certificate for further, checking.
I think basically what you're trying to say is if the person is qualified based on the high school result, they can apply.
Correct.
Okay.
And once they fulfill the 12 years of primary and secondary school,
they are free to apply. Will you need them to? Will you need them to provide a guardian or something?
Yeah, but is it normal to graduate from high school at 16 years old?
Yes, in Nigeria, people graduate from high school at 14.
Okay, we rarely receive those at 16 years old candidate. But it's okay, I can do like further checking. He can share with me the documentation so I can respond later.
It's okay, we'll get across to you on that. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think there is one other question. What are the, okay, and I've already answered that. Yeah, I think, okay, so I'll go back to what we have on the screen. Can I put the name of a potential supervisor even if I've not discussed with the supervisor? maybe I've found a supervisor on USM website who is in my field of study, but maybe I wrote a mail and he or she has not replied and I've been waiting for a long time. Can I just put the name in my application and then?
Yeah, this one is the postgraduate matter. Maybe Madam Farah can answer that.
Doctor, can you just unmute me and Miss Hani?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me, but next time please unmute me continuously so that I can respond to you directly rather than I'm asking you to unmute
It's okay.
me again and
I think
again.
it's okay.
Okay, sorry, the question just now, if the student would like to submit the application by just
It goes to mute on its own.
okay. So basically, yeah, the student, they can submit the application with or without supervisor's name. It shouldn't be any problem. If they have communicated with the potential supervisor and the supervisor already agree with their project, they can nominate the supervisor. If they do not know who will be the supervisor, just leave it blank. It shouldn't be any problem. The school will do the identification of connecting this application of this student with the potential supervisor. So it shouldn't be any problem. But like I mentioned earlier, the best is the student or the agent, you have to do the homework first. Find the potential supervisor in order for you to ensure that your application can be processed or you can shorten the waiting period. Rather than you submit your application without any supervisor name, the school can still process, it shouldn't be any problem, but the waiting period will be much more longer because they need to look around who will be the best potential supervisor for you. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Basila, you want to say something?
She said her audio is still not okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
most probably her laptop is having problem with the audio.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Okay, so I'll just go on to continue with the questions. Okay. Can I transfer a PhD program that I'm already working on in my country?
Okay, the answer is no. Because for postgraduate program, especially for research, we don't have this concept, the transfer concept. So you have to start new in USM. But of course, you can carry the research work, but please note that you, or how to say, they might have a counter plagiarism issue or any how to say, claim from other institution regarding the project. So please bear in mind on that situation. But for transfer, there will be, the answer is no. So if, for example, you already on a third semester or fourth semester in a university that suddenly you find a good supervisor that you want to work with in USM, so you have to start new basically. Okay.
Does USM offer PhD in applied mathematics?
Yeah, we have everything except law and agriculture.
Oh, okay. What happens if my visa is delayed and my admission letter expires?
Okay, I can respond to this, although Ms. Fazila is here. If let's say the visa is delayed, meaning that the student cannot get the approval on time and the admission letter is expired, so what they need to do is just email back to us, request for extension of the offer letter. The process is it's a normal process. It shouldn't be any problem because normally we won't stop student or we won't disapprove students' application to renew or extend their offer letter.
Oh. And if I'm denied visa after I've paid the EMGS visa fees, what happens?
Well, they cannot enter Malaysia, of course. On
So what happens to the
the
money?
one side, the processing fee for visa is going to be, it is not refunded. Only part of the fees will be refunded to students if they're being denied for visa.
Okay. Does USM offer petroleum geology?
Petroleum geology, we do have geology, but specifically for petroleum geology, we don't have that. We can have something quite similar, but not specifically for petroleum geology. If student would like to enroll for this program, I would suggest, I'm not promoting this university, but I would like to suggest they can go to University Technology Petronas.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think this is already answered. Nigerian students don't require English test. The official language is English. And I think that applies to most courses, but if there is any course that requires English test, can you please maybe tell us?
Yeah, correct.
Because we've had cases where in some universities in Malaysia, we had students who were applying for TESOL and they were asked to provide English test.
TESOL, you mean?
Teaching of English as a second language.
Yeah,
PhD
the one in USM also, it is required.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for English course or English research program, linguistic, everything related to English program, yes. So they need to fulfill that requirement, although we understand that English is your first language.
It's okay. And then how about someone who did not have a complete requirement and they want to study PhD? Is there any conditional admission?
Yeah, we do practice a conditional offer. So for those who have yet to graduate, for example, their master degree, so they can request from the current university that stating that they are the final year student or final semester students. And with that letter, we can process the application on the basis of conditional offer. Before they can be allowed to register, they need to fulfill the graduating requirement first from the master degree program. So meaning that they have to graduate before they can enroll to USM program.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bashar Osman, you can speak now. I think I've unmuted you. He has a question. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, my question goes this way. For somebody that got admission in January this year and could not come because of this COVID-19 pandemic, what will be the fate of this admission? Because I observed that in some universities, they reissue admissions for those that could not come before the COVID-19 and got admission before the pandemic.
What program are you referring?
What will be the case in USM? Is it reissuing of admission, or one has to extend or maybe defer the admission? PhD. That's
PhD,
a program,
okay.
PhD. Yes.
All right. What are we? What are the process right now, or the what we are going to assist students based on the current situation? Basically, students still can register. Can you hear me? Okay. Students still can register for the program. They do not have to extend the offer because right now, as I mentioned earlier, they can get the EMGS approval letter. With that approval letter, they can register online and continue their studies online until end of this year. Then by early next year, depending on the what do you call announcement, we will inform to everyone that whether they can come to Malaysia already or not. So for now, they can register online and continue everything online, meaning that communicating with the supervisor online, conduct your research work online in the very beginning of, meaning that beginning of your research part, so you can do it online. Because for some program who do not require lab access or any or how to say, any on-campus facility access, so basically you can straight away conduct your research work wherever you are. But for those who requires attending lab or using physical facilities in the campus, of course you cannot come to the campus right now. So what you need to do is you can request for deferment. Just write to the university that you would like to request for deferment if your offer is going to expire very soon. Because as you know, our offer letter for research mode is valid for 1 year from the day it was issued. So you have ample time basically to arrange your travel to Malaysia. And if the validity is going to expire very soon, so you just request to us to extend the validity of the offer. So normally we will extend another 1 year. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we go back to our questions here. Can I work while studying?
Well, Ms. Fatima should say something on it because this is based on the country's regulation. Well, student can be allowed to work, but for some sectors only, it is not advisable for students to study to work while studying. On the safer side, student basically can apply for graduate assistant. So it's some sort of working in the university. So yeah, student can do that. They want you don't have to apply for a approval, special approval from immigration. But if you want to work outside of the university, you have to get a special approval from the immigration department. Basically, under, I think only 4 sectors are allowed to for you to work with. So Ms. Fazila can share with you later, I guess, because she's not having a good audio connection right now.
Okay. I think Rasha Usman still has something to say. Go ahead.
Okay, it's just a follow-up question to the answer she gave earlier. Can I maybe apply for or request for extension of the admission before its expiration period? Or do I have to wait until it expires, or maybe towards the expiration before I apply, maybe request for the extension? That's it.
Yeah, it is basically advisable for students to apply before the expiry date of the offer. Because after the offer expires, some school, they will not consider that because it's already expired, because you have to work before the expiry date of the offer. So you can submit anytime, because we receive quite high requests from Nigeria, especially for those who are applying for TED fund. So they are requesting for extension because they couldn't get the sponsorship this year, so they want to wait for next year. So definitely they have to get an extension for their offer. So yeah, it has been done, so it shouldn't be any problem. So you can apply beforehand, meaning that before the expiry of the offer.
Okay, another question. Galaxy S6,
Okay.
no name there. Go ahead and ask your question. Wow, we can't hear you. Oh, maybe you can type in your question. We can't hear you.
Admission deferment. Assuming I have an admission.
Sorry, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
And I could not make it due to sorry. Hello, hello, hello.
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 Hello, hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you now. Go ahead. Maybe you can start over.
Sorry. Okay.
I think your audio is having some issues. Can you send the question? Just type in the question so I can put it up for you. So while we're waiting for you to do that, we continue with our question. I'm interested in PhD translation. What are the requirements for admission?
Yeah, basically, the admission requirement is a very general requirement, like I mentioned to everyone just now. So of course you need to have a master degree, especially if you are under this translation background. It is the best qualification that you can have. If you are having some, how to say, other than that, meaning that in other field, we still can consider depending on the background that you have. For example, you have in language, but not in translation specifically, we still can consider that. We can also take a look at your working experience, what are your working experience is, and also depending on the research proposal. Yeah, so it can be considered, because for research, especially in general, is very I can say it's very loose. It is not as rigid as a coursework mixed mode program, because you need to have a very specific background in order for you to enroll to that program. But for research, if you have a different background but you are working on a same field that you want to work with, you have experience in that, yeah, we can consider that. It shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we are going to have to round up here so that we can release our guests. We are going to have a short session after this. It's called one-on-one with Arrows Transactions. So if you still have questions, you can wait behind. Then we're going to take any one of them that still needs answers and get across to our speakers, and they will answer your questions and we'll get back to you. So I think here, let me say a very big thank you to Ms. Farah, Ms. Fazila, and Ms. Osman. I'm not mixing that up, and to the director, everyone that's made today work. Thank you very much for sparing the time to speak to our participants. We have your email addresses and your phone numbers, and we're going to get our participants connected with you so that if there is anything that still needs clarification, they can always have that. Thank you very much. I don't know if you want to say any other thing before we close. Please feel very free to say maybe the last words.
Yeah, well, basically, from me, on behalf of IPS Institute of Postgraduate Studies, thank you for this special arrangement with the potential students. So we look forward to have your application to us very soon. So we will process the application accordingly. And please note that our, what do you call that, the grad assist fellowship program are still on, so you can apply for the financial assistance to get the 2 semesters tuition fee waiver. If you are eligible to apply for that, please hurry to apply for the admission first, or even if you do not have the offer letter, please look through the website on how to go about, on what are the programs that we offer. Basically, we have everything except law and agriculture. The rest we have. So you can just go through our website. Let's see what are the programs that you are interested into. All right, thank you so much. Thank you from me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sabri. Thank you very much. We appreciate you and your team for coming on tonight. So we'll be in touch with you. Thank you very much and have a very good night.